And when I got out of boots, which was a very positive experience, I ended up going to Shepherd. I had not even started classes yet. I had been there, I don't even think I had been there 24 hours. And I had a girl come back then. We didn't have cell phones. It was the payphone. I had somebody come up and she said, "Hey," knocked on my door and said, "Hey, you've got a phone call." And I'm thinking, a phone call? Who knows where I am here? So I went and got on the payphone and they said it was Sergeant something, don't remember his name. He said, "I need to meet with you." And, going in open into boot, I had to get called out of my squad a lot. So that was no big deal. I just figured it was something, some paperwork or something last minute needed to be taken care of. And being very naive and very young, 18 years old, um, he said, "Just wear your civvies, meet me out front." I said, "Okay." So I went out front, think it was a black car. I ended up getting into the vehicle and we started to drive away. And he said, "Oh, by the way, I need to stop at my place real quick, if you don't mind." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fine." He was a sergeant. What am I going to say? I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's right out of boot. Um, and I know for me, being in boot, anybody who outranked me scared me, you know? So I wasn't going to question it. And he stopped and he said, "Hey, it's kind of cold down here. You're welcome to come up for a few minutes. It's just going to take me a minute." I'm like, "Okay." Not just not even thinking, not thinking that anything would happen. Ended up going up the stairs. I can remember my dog may come up and hang with me too if she senses anything here. Um, but I remember what it looked like even going up the stairs. And I got to the top of the stairs and to the as we came in to the left, there was like a bunch of cameras and this big rug set up. And I asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, I'm a photographer on the side." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, he's like, "Do you want a glass of water?" And I was like, "Sure." And that's about, I remember bits and pieces after that. So, my biggest fear in my career, now I'm medically retired, but in my career was there's photos of me out there somewhere and it scared me to death. Um, I woke up the next day in my dorm room. I don't remember how I got back to my dorm room. And I will tell you that I had never slept with a man prior to that. I was saving myself for marriage. I was brought up in church and it shattered me shattered me. And I ended up going through training. And I think about 3 days into training, I heard his voice. I was in the hangar by the jet, and I heard his voice. And I looked up and I immediately hid behind the tire of the jet. And my heart started racing. And I'm like, and stuff started to kind of flood back, but it was bits and pieces. And I was like, "Oh my gosh," but I was scared to death of him. And over the years and through going through EMDR and going through cognitive based therapy and different things, a lot of stuff has come back that I didn't remember. Um, but needless to say, um, I was raped by him and went through my entire training. I pushed it back. I tried not to think about it. And I was very successful with that for a very long time, and I was very successful in my career,